All right, everybody. Hey, excited to bring this video here. I got my heat exchanger in the mail today, so really fast shipping. So really impressed. Hopefully everyone that orders from the private label manufacturing company with a PLM, that they'll get theirs as quick. If you're watching this video and you find out you want to get this heat exchanger, I have not opened it yet, so this is going to be a surprise for me as well as you. So I'm going to see what you see, and then other than that, I'm going to get right to it. I just want to share that I made last year, in about the 6 months that I was doing YouTube to get paid or start to make some money on YouTube, in either 5 or 6 months I made about just under about $400. And so all that $400 went right back into supporting my little channel and and making some content. And so yeah, $400 went into this, and I got a decent discount on this for making the videos. I still paid a fair amount of money, and as far as I'm concerned, I did not get this free, but I did get a little help rather than paying the $4.95 that's on their website. So I just want to put that out there, but I'll do 110% of my ability to share exactly what I feel, because I am a very opinionated person. And so so I will shoot everybody straight. So shipping was really fast. I'm really impressed, and so I hope everyone gets that same shipping. And then shipping, the box looks good. There's no significant damage. So the next is going to be the packaging material inside. I just think that's important. I've ordered camera lenses, $2,000 camera lenses, and they came and they were just in a box rattling around, and I was very upset, because that's a very highly precision a lens, a camera lens, a professional camera lens. And I've ordered other things where I've been majorly disappointed, but hopefully this isn't going to be a disappointment. It's going to be a good experience. So let me get my knife out. I'll get my trusty Benchmade out, my 4A. I used to collect a bunch of knives, so I have a bunch of different super cool knives that I have that I carry from time to time. So I had to come to find this specific spot, which is out by the lake, and I have to try super hard, and it's just not easy to go somewhere where there's not a lot of traffic and a lot of noise. So I thought about this place and thought it'd make for a good video. So, and it's sunny, so let's open this up. Okay, so as far as the box, let me get out of the sun. It's got some foam packing on top, and it looks like it's got some extra reinforcement in here as far as cardboard. Hopefully don't dump it on the ground. So here's how it's packaged inside. We'll just take the box now, so don't need that. Take my knife again. Cut just some tape they got so it doesn't rattle around, which is good. So I try to speed this video up so it's not so boring. And some more packaging on top. Put that down on the ground. Okay, so here is the heat exchanger. I will share that, hopefully this is in the video, that I have seen the AMS heat exchanger in person. I saw it at Joe Tech. They had a couple for sale, and obviously I've burned a little bridge, talking about how I'm not super happy with her tune. So I'm not going to go back in there and say, hey man, can I compare your AMS heat exchanger to this PLM heat exchanger just to see. But yeah, so I can't do that. So I don't know anyone that has an AMS sitting around. But here this is, and from what I've counted and a little bit of background digging I've done, this has the AMS in this unit here has the same number of rows in the heat exchanger, and so this is almost identical. I mean, I can't say it's exactly the same thing because I don't have the AMS here in front of me, but these are polished. Is a nice feature. These are really polished. Even you're not going to see this under the hood, but I like to see that. Pretty nice. And it's very lightweight. And I'll show you the width. Flip it around, there's the back, side, and the front. So it's going to mount like this on the front of the car. Here is the portion that comes in from the hot side of the motor, comes in here, fills the end tank, this end tank up, flows across, and then goes to this end tank, and then this is the exit or the outlet port, and so this is going to have a little hose that comes across, and then your sensor is going to be the temperature sensor is going to be right in this area right here, and so then that goes back to the passenger side of the car, and then the pump is over here on the passenger side of the car. And then what's neat, just like the AMS, this is a fill, and this will be helpful when filling it, so it's mounted in the car, and to my best ability, you don't want to just leave this empty and fill up your reservoir tank in your for the heat exchanger. You want to go ahead and fill this up and fill this up, and then it'll run down the hose and kind of fill what you drained out. So this is a neat feature, and it has a little O-ring on that portion right there. So otherwise it would be difficult to fill this up while it's mounted on the car, trying to get the fluid in this direction. So you have here where you could put a little funnel or whatever you want to come up with to help fill this up, so that you don't have to bleed the system as much. Or for someone that doesn't have the little purge vacuum device, then you would be filling this over weeks and weeks if you left this much void in your coolant system. And plus too, I read that you really want to use this tool is because the factory pump, if it has air pockets in there and it's not spinning, something about this pump does not force flow throughout the entire system. So if there's an air pocket and it gets to the pump portion of the little motor there, and it sits there with a pocket in it, that it'll just spin and it'll overheat. And so it can't force air. It can force fluid through the system, but once it hits an air pocket, it can't continue to flow air. So take that for what it's worth. So it's important to get the system full of fluid as soon as you can, so you don't burn up the heat exchanger pump. And I guess that's on a Red Sport you got two, and on their standard basic 300 horsepower model you have one. So I don't know if those are $300, $400, or $500, but they're definitely not cheap. AMS sells their heat exchanger additional pump, so you can upgrade your single one to a dual, and I think that's like just short of $500. So yeah, so it's just expensive. So yeah, here we go. I mean, as far as my impressions, I mean, it looks pretty good. There are just a few minor, little where something has touched the and that could have been during shipping, but if you're really anal like me, you can go in and straighten some of these veins out. I just always think it's good to have good flow. So if you have a bunch of these veins that are smashed shut, you're not going to get airflow. You're going to get airflow on the front, and it's going to go around instead of going through. So just a good idea. There's a few little spots, nothing super big. My Berger Motorsports heat exchanger had some major areas that got smashed, either in shipping or someone was mishandling it at the warehouse or somewhere in the line of making it or producing it and welding it and then shipping it out. They did get damaged. So I'm excited. It looks good. The welds seem, nice. Um, so other than that, I can't think of anything else to say. This is probably, two, at least 2 times bigger than the factory unit. It might be just a little bit more, and it is a little bit more wide. But that's how these Mishimoto AMS and this PLM are. There's not a lot to them. And I will say that, man, and this is being straight up honest, when I took my Burger Motorsports out of the package, man, I was like, holy crap, this thing is heavy. The Burger Motorsports. I mean, I was sitting there and I was like, man, this must weigh 30 pounds. But I took it and weighed it, and I think it was closer to 20 pounds. But when I was putting it on the car and on the ground and having to mount that up to the car, I was struggling sometimes to hold it up there while I was putting the screws in. It was actually, heavy enough to strain me a little bit. So this is nothing. This is maybe, 3 or 4 pounds. If that, I have a scale and I'm going to weigh it. But yeah, so that's something to note. I think this is going to be a really good unit. I'm happy with it so far. I mean, everything looks good. There's a little bit of a small curve or curve to this here, a little bit of a high spot. But that's just me being anal. I don't think that's going to affect anything in the car, other than just screwdriver straighten up a couple of the veins that got, smushed shut from the packaging. I think it's all good. So let me weigh this, and I'll put this in front of the camera. And I brought my little scale right here. So let me turn my little weighing scale for luggage and packages and stuff. I bought this specifically to weigh so that I could weigh things I got and took things off the car. So let me turn it on. 3.55 to 3.6 pounds. Let me lower that down there. So 3.60, 3.55 is what it's balancing between. So we're just going to 3.60 of a pound, 3 pounds, 0.60. Okay, so there's weight savings there with the heat exchanger. So let me think what else I can show here. Other than that, I don't want to make the video too long. Go ahead and just wrap this up. If you have any questions, and I'll show the size again that was sent to me. I didn't bring my tape measure, but hopefully they just pulled one out of a box there at the manufacturing or the warehouse and measured it and wrote that down and sent that to me. So hopefully that's exactly what the dimensions are. So other than that, this is the PLM heat exchanger for the Infiniti Q50 3.0T cars and red sports. And there you go. So thanks for tuning in. If you liked my content or find anything I say helpful, just like and subscribe and share, and that helps it to get out to more people. So as I grow my channel, I'm still a small channel, so I hope to get a little bit bigger, and just continue to make videos for everybody on this car and whatever car I get in the future. So thank you and have a great day, and I'll catch you on my next video. Bye-bye.